once we get back in front of this camera, like, we love each other.
Yeah.
I said NDA. As long as we got to sign it.
You need to run. Okay,
he is not doing no 50-50 time. If your baby mama left the house,
Too much adult stuff going on to be worried.
yeah.
embrace it.
Well, y'all can edit it out, y'all.
We actually edit over here.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Sometimes you gotta sit in that and
Why I gotta sit in
bring
it?
it down.
Yeah.
I get a chance.
Yeah. He doesn't have to be boo crying.
I want a man to cry for me.
I like when
emotional.
I can say it, but once you say it, now it's really.
As soon as you don't do something I don't like, it's over with. The man cook and you like to take out the trash. That is what y'all like.
Top love.
That's our style.
Yeah, but we already know some people out here be slow, so reel it back in.
I was planning to have broken homes.
Yeah, I was.
You gonna.
My perspective has changed on relationships a whole lot.
That's good.
What a woman's role is, because I'm not a woman.
Yeah. I love my people, so I'm like that by my people. Like,
Ollie, what's the movie? Don't Be a Menace in South Central. I just feel
That's funny that though.
the whole time.
A good smelling woman.
It's real strict around here.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Talk That Talk, and we're here with
Maya.
Lista.
and Danny.
And
And we're the Talk That Talk crew.
So today we have some special guests. We have the Potecast, and they're going to introduce themselves.
Shot, sip, you know what I'm saying? Never tell. Count. We missing one. He was busy today. Shout out to you.
Yeah, but we are 3/4 of the podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Alright, so I'm gonna get started. So we just wanted to know, like, what inspired y'all to start y'all podcast?
I'm straight to business.
Straight to business.
That was the icebreaker. But nah, really, like I said, probably COVID, like everybody else. There was a time where you really had to step your entrepreneur game up. Like, you better do something. So we started a business. We talk all the time. We talk about sports, politics, anything. So you might as well start a business, start a brand behind it. So that was just the whole idea. I brought it to them. They were down to do it. Now we're here, 4 years, 5 years later.
Okay.
It was definitely Mario idea because I was doing no podcast.
I'm dead.
He wouldn't have asked. Why you say that? You know, I'm not I'm a real behind the scenes person. I don't like being on camera a whole lot. I don't know, So, but it's been cool though. I'm enjoying doing it with my friends.
Yeah.
That's good.
I feel like I'm a behind the scenes person too, but I feel like I be talking so much and I be trying to give people advice. I was like, let me just start a podcast. Y'all start a podcast so we can just talk and give people advice unsolicitedly. And they can't be like, oh, I ain't asked for it. They know what again, you gotta watch it.
Facts. Ain't got too good, you want to know, obviously.
Exactly.
I think that was the same with us. Like, Danny had the vision, and Maya she's like, doesn't talk as much in person, but on the camera, she got a lot to say. So it worked out really good. And then I'm the I do it, make it in action. So I was like, let's do it. We're meeting this day, so we just made it happen.
She's real persistent.
Take a village.
Yeah. I'm like,
When we doing this.
Yeah, really good one for you.
Yeah, we
wouldn't
back
even be
at
right now. Me and Danny just used to be talking like, we're gonna start.
Yeah, we're
That's basically how it was when I was sitting at the kitchen table.
We went to what you call it? We went to you had one chicken.
Had a business lunch and
That's what I was
started
going
business.
So
that's how it is.
y'all already, or the three of y'all already I guess talking a lot prior to y'all having a podcast.
Yeah, we were hanging out all the time, so we're already together.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything extra. It felt natural. It wasn't forced.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I think it was one day we was talking about something. I forgot what it was, but it was a good conversation, and we was like, we need a podcast. We got to say, it was real good. Like, they got deep in the conversation.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Some people need to hear.
I think that's how most start.
Yeah.
I think that's how most start.
But we went on an interesting trip, and we had a lot to talk about. Even though we hadn't talked about it yet, that's where we were like, all right,
We need to do that. That gotta be an episode.
A story time.
Story time. We're gonna have a story time.
But that's awesome.
Have y'all reached any of the goals that y'all have set for yourself, and what are they?
People first.
When we first started, we said 20,000 listeners overall. We definitely comes down to 23 right now.
Okay.
We want to be worldwide, of course. So, Spotify break down all the analytics for you. So, once we got Spotify for podcasters, it basically did the work for me. I just had to tap the tab.
Okay.
But
That's awesome.
yeah, we listen 20 countries worldwide. Like I said, 23,000 listens overall. We on Apple, Spotify. That's all it is. We just really not really in the networking stage, trying to get it to more people, trying to cross brand, collab.
We on Spotify.
Yep, 100 followers on Spotify.
Wow.
So,
Congratulations.
still working. We still got work to do, but we definitely accomplished some goals that we set out.
We got the merch.
Like the merch,
We got the
Yeah.
shirts.
Okay.
That's something we're talking about doing for a minute. Just trying to get our, logo on something. Just get that visible
Something to
marketing
sell.
and stuff. All right, and make some money. In the meantime, so we got the shirts. We did pretty good with those, and working on some more too. So that was a big goal.
That's awesome.
Really trying to get out that little touch of a couple of more cities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Trying to take this thing on tough if we can.
So how long were y'all doing the podcast until y'all started doing like merch and stuff like that? That's where we are
A
now.
couple years.
It was like year three probably. I think like year three.
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
3 or 4. Man, I don't know. That was what last year. No, we did the shirts last year, so that might have been year 4 actually.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
true. I guess the vision of it,
The process.
Yeah, we had it. Yeah, it took a long
It's
time to
process.
find. Yeah, it took a long time to find like a vendor and all
Yeah.
that. Well, I like it. We could find anybody on the street with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like it, the quality.
That took a long
Definitely can't
Yeah.
just find nobody on the street.
Yeah.
So luckily we found somebody that
Gotcha.
local that can help
When
us.
you stole me.
Like what?
One thing about Savannah, like, you cannot find nothing good.
Well, that's like the dope deal.
That's
Like,
insane.
it ain't square business all the
That's
way
it.
around. You gonna get robbed.
We done been sold a
at some
dream
point.
for a time or two.
Oh wow.
That's insane.
That's how you know you're doing something right.
Yeah.
That's
Yes, yeah.
I love that y'all said that though because we feel like it's always something every episode.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. We hate each other behind camera. Like we argue a lot, but we fun to
That ain't hate, that just come from-
That's not
You know what I'm
hate.
saying? It'd be a lot of heated
We
conversations.
keep it real.
Yeah.
I feel like you said that's real authentic and you don't have
Mm-hmm.
to like fabricate stuff, like it comes naturally. And I feel like if y'all call yourself brothers, like that's how it's like you argue with your siblings.
It comes
Like,
naturally.
you feel
Cause
love
it's like we all play sports, and like all of us play it together, so we already know. Like you go in the locker room halftime, y'all might argue, probably. You know what I'm saying? Get close to tough.
Yeah.
Once we step out this locker room, once we get back in front of this camera, like
Yeah.
we love each other.
Yeah.
It's game
Yeah.
time, but yeah.
That's
Gotta make it look like it at least. I'm very excited.
Awesome. Well, we do commend you guys for how long you guys have made it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So, what advice do y'all have for us as a growing podcast? We're literally like 6 months in, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
That's all.
6 months.
5 or 6 months in, yeah.
Be able to take constructive criticism from your peer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. I always tell them, be
Yeah.
coachable.
Yeah.
Be coachable.
Gotta be coachable, because it's a lot of times they tell me stuff that I don't be. It's like, man, you right. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
like if you saying something right, I don't have no choice but to agree with you. But I'm always getting that but.
Yeah.
And they know that. So,
Pause. You a Taurus.
Leo.
Make
Boss.
sense. Make sense.
Oh, sorry.
Makes
Did I
sense.
jump just now?
What they're opposite. Leo's my boss too. Because I'm super boss.
What?
I'm super boss.
Am I lying?
I ain't a team player
Yeah.
until I have to be a team. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no.
Like, until I have to
Yeah.
take.
Oh, it's sports. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I honestly feel like y'all doing pretty good. I think
Thank
like,
you.
y'all like very organized. Like y'all doing good. Like y'all posting on social media and stuff like that. Like y'all visuals be great. Y'all quality is really good.
Thank
Y'all
you.
camera
One of the
real
first
shit.
ones, we had to come on and sign something.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, so we because we can tell people how to run a business. So when we telling y'all how to run a business, we ain't just saying it. Like we really
This wasn't.
on the back end know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like if anything, I just would say like just understand that it's a slow grind. Like have to take it's gonna take some time for it to maybe get where y'all really want to get, and so like don't really get caught up in. I don't know. Don't get too caught up in the numbers. Yeah, numbers are important for this thing matter, but I would say like don't get too caught up in that. Like just understand that it's a long game.
Yeah.
I think so.
Run
Well, I do
your
appreciate that y'all mentioned Spotify and
Yeah.
did you say what was the other
Apple.
Apple
Music?
Podcast.
So we plan on doing that, and would y'all say that helped better than YouTube? Because like as far as numbers wise,
Oh,
everything else. 'Cause you gotta realize your audience being a broad audience, not a lot of people are gonna sit and listen on Apple. Some people are gonna tune into YouTube, but some people are gonna be driving or in their office wanting to listen to what you're saying. So you gotta appease all of your audience.
Okay.
We do appreciate that. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing that soon. It's been in the talk, but we need to get actually.
It's just like having a job, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have multiple streams of income, you feel me? You can't just have
one
YouTube and that's it.
People want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
That makes sense.
Also, so have y'all like done any like events yet? Like multiple, like how do y'all go about going to events? Like how do y'all get yourself out there to be at events?
I mean, for real, people just hit us up. I ain't gonna like, it's really organic most of the time. Yeah, they they come from like you said, posting all that. They see us working. When somebody see you consistent at something, they like, oh, they do a podcast for real. They're not just doing it one time. So what they doing?
It's really a matter of like leveraging those personal relationships you got.
We know a lot of artists and stuff. So.
Yeah, just a lot of people doing stuff, and so you know, when you doing something, they doing something. We finally got something going on. It's like, yeah, we can come together and.
Network.
Yeah. It really is. That's really. That's awesome. Because we've been to
Island Breeze.
Well, we went to Island Breeze.
Hey, we had a day brunch event at first. The first one we went to, and then they invited us again for like a night networking, like Popalooza.
That's awesome. So we done that. We've been to End Market for the was it the Thanksgiving basketball tournament?
Yeah,
that's cool.
So just using them personal relationships, and seeing where you can, you know, slide your brand in that. Honestly, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, last question. Have y'all ever thought of having y'all own event? Like y'all throw something or y'all have something?
Okay.
For sure.
It's something in the works.
It's a lot, but it is something that we definitely want to do. You know, just a little something for the community. Something for the kids come out. You know, adults come out too, something like that. So
as much as he says, and everybody that does watch, you know, and his team FTK.
I'm crying.
You know, Potecast loves the kids.
Oh yeah.
We try to. The kids love you back. You just can't stay.
We try to incorporate a lot of events with kids, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we gotta have a
at school giveaway, all that. We trying to get all that.
We trying to do both, but you know, we gotta find out.
We like it.
We've actually been talking about something, so we're planning on doing something before the year ends. But yeah, we'll definitely be talking to you guys.
That's up.
Different things.
We down already. As long as we got to sign it.
We won't make y'all sign up in Actually, let me not make no promise.
You want me to run? Okay.
Photographers.
Oh yeah, for sure. We definitely about to start doing that too. I'm not going through no more bad photo shoots, no more late photos, none of that.
That's the photo shoot.
You had to say it like that.
That's a whole nother episode.
Because then we have to say
we're on we're on photography number 4.
Listen, y'all don't know we are on like cameraman number 3, 4, like
We got like
5 or 6, but nah, like it started.
It
started that.
Just go ahead.
But you know,
that editing what get me. I'm cool. I can't do it, so I pay somebody.
Okay, so then that do make sense.
I can't. I want to make it look alright.
I be at work like.
What? Tedious.
2 full-time jobs.
You say you want a pod.
Ari was doing the editing. Well, like you said, it wasn't no.
It was straight through.
Upload the same.
Straight through.
Upload is the point guard, the shooting guard, the smartphone. Like this man is analytics.
It'd be like.
I feel like she be doing a lot. I be like, dang.
That's why when I first came I would have like happily did everything, but I was like, no, let's have roles.
Amen.
So we established that early on, and honestly, it's been working. It takes the
gotta delegate.
It takes the stress off of me. So it's working out really good.
That's real.
I would definitely recommend delegate.
Whole scenes he supposed to cut out. Tell us man to take the scenes out. Go back and watch it.
The scenes is right there.
You're trying to edit it.
What?
Shouldn't have said it.
What them boys say with your chest.
Black men folks cancel already. That's what I'm saying. You gotta stand on how you make people feel. Stand on your experience that you gave people. Like, you can't expect you to give me a bad experience and then I'm gonna go on the internet and be like, oh my God,
because I just saw something saying something about, oh, y'all can't be talking bad about business. So if I had a bad experience from a business,
what you they felt
they gave me cold fries. I ain't supposed to say nothing. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
That was what I'm talking about black businesses. They was like, you can't really discredit a black business. Like, you can't say what's wrong.
Child. And it's crazy because the black
service, bro.
I feel like it goes back to what y'all said. Like, any business should be able to take constructive criticism. Like, for you to grow, it's necessary that people tell you the truth. Because if everyone's going to this place saying it tastes good and it really don't, they're gonna continue to do the same thing.
I feel like another thing you gotta be content with. Everybody ain't gonna like you.
That's
Everybody.
I agree.
Must be something.
I just want to give the disclaimer that we is not doing no 50-50 talk. Alright? We ain't doing no. If your baby mama left the house, do you get your kid? We ain't talking about that. Okay?
We keep it classy.
So let's get started.
What would you do?
Point to that, a lot of these conversations should be between that male and that female. Like, it shouldn't be between everybody. They're not in their relationship.
Maybe they take it to the internet.
They're not
Twitter, Facebook.
Everything be a TikTok story.
Got too much adult stuff going on to be worried about. For real. Like,
keep it in the family.
Everything situation.
The next section, we're going to just be asking y'all questions to get y'all's perspective on.
Good. How do you guys think men and women communicate differently?
I feel like a man, depending on the female and depending on the man, but I got a homeboy named Jay, so he don't care. You feel me? But at the same time,
We actually edit over here.
I feel like a man really, depending on who you are and how he can talk to you, is how he's going to talk to you. Because I think every man ain't gonna be on 10 with you if you're not giving off that energy. Yeah. But if he knows that you're gonna get off that energy, he's gonna approach you as such. So I feel like a man's gonna go off of how your energy is. At least me.
Okay, y'all gonna say at least you.
Yeah.
Wait, so you said the question was how do
men and women communicate differently?
I really feel like communication got a lot to do with the individual. I don't really think it's like a gender thing. Like, it got a lot to do with that individual, how they was taught to communicate. So like how they was brought up. If they was brought up in an environment where it was safe for them to communicate or to express themselves. If they weren't, then obviously they probably ain't going really, so stuff like that. I really don't think it's and I think when men and women get mad, I think that's when, we start to communicate. Maybe like it might be a little different. Like I think women take it to 100 a little quicker. Like when y'all get mad like us.
It depends on who the person is.
I feel like, again, from my perspective, I feel like we try to de-escalate a little quicker than women when it's a problem. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. From my experience, I feel like me, because I'm just like, I really don't care. So I feel like because I'm in my I don't care, people feel like they gotta be like, and I'm still gonna look at you like, I really don't care. Like, you doing all this and look at me.
You're antagonist.
I'm not the antagonist. But it's not like I don't care, but it's like if I'm not yelling at you, you're not gonna yell at me. So if I'm here, you need to come here. And if you're all the way up there, then I'm not playing you.
So how do you counter if somebody is doing you that same way? Like if you're trying to stress to them and they're just like, hey, I don't
it's not that I'm saying I don't care, but like I say, once you start yelling, I don't care.
I was saying, but once you get there and they're like...
But it takes me a minute to get there. That's
but
my
still,
thing.
like, how do you
I don't get there, I really don't get there. Like, I don't get mad, I don't get to yelling, like, I don't.
So are you the type to walk away and give us some space?
Yeah, because I'm the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna say anything because I know if I'm about to yell, then I don't need to talk. I'm gonna say nothing. So I'm not gonna say nothing, but once I'm ready to talk and I'm ready to come be a bigger person, then I'm gonna come talk and I'm gonna just be like. But if you act like you don't care, then I'm just going, okay, I don't care either. I really don't.
So leaving it where it's at, if you not about to go there, do you feel like that solves problems most times, or do you feel like Problems still get.
Problems still be caused.
So,
but my whole thing is.
That's what I'm getting to. Like, if you gonna walk off from it, nothing's gonna get solved, and the same problem is gonna stay there. So sometimes you gotta sit in that and. Like, hey,
that's why, like, I just feel like you shouldn't end the day still on that situation because taking today's problem into the next day, that's just gonna cause issues because things gonna get taken the wrong way.
Realistically, that sounds good, but
that's the problem linger and we have an argument about it. Don't finish the argument.
It's gonna be a bigger argument.
A few days later, we come back to it like. My feelings ain't changed. If anything, I got mad because we let this settle. You know what I'm saying? So, it's different stroke for different folk, though. Some people might come back with a clear mind. It just depends on the person you're dealing with.
That's why I think it depends on who your partner is because at the end of the day, if your partner knows you're like that, he knows how to come at you. Rather, if I'm not like that, he knows we're talking about it by the end of the day. So I think it just depends. That's why I said like these conversations, it kind of goes back to like that person, that person in their relationship because once you start getting other opinions, it's like, I would have did this and I would have did this, and it's like, but you're not in the relationship.
That's why I don't give people advice.
You don't need to be in that situation to know what you're going to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody's saying what they will do in the situation until you and right in front of you.
So you agree with him?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say men and women communicate differently as far as. So y'all may disagree, but I feel like women are more emotional type people, and we look at stuff in different ways. At least for me, I look at stuff like from a family perspective, like from husband-father perspective. But I know like some relationships, the men thinking like, okay, I gotta pay the bill, I gotta take care of my family, like provider, protector. They're more logical, realistic. Not saying that women are not. I just feel like men are more logical and women are more emotional, or they think about like if you do that, how does that affect me or the household? Right. So that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
I agree.
I kind of agree. I like to say it just depends on the person because when we go to talk about like when we argue, we ain't let it go. We don't argue for some days, and then you come back and you still want to argue. That's not really logical. That's emotional. So sometimes I do think men don't know that they be moving off emotions because they think they such logical thinkers.
Oh, that's the thing.
Like, but sometimes men do move based off their emotions.
Logic doesn't mean emotion is, but
that's what I'm saying. Logic means logic first. Like you got your feelings, you got your stuff, but sometimes men do let their emotions move.
When that happens, what do we say about like you act like a girl?
Right.
I don't feel like men can be as emotional as women because again, like you were just saying, if you let's just say you're a man that's married and have children and you work and you have people depending on you in your alignment, you can't afford to not be there for them. So you being overly emotional, you're gonna act out and put yourself at jeopardy of not being there for your family. So you can't like you can't be that way. Not to say it's okay for women to be that way either, like that the family don't need them, but again, like you as the leader of the family, if you go, you got to think about it like that. Like, if something bad happened to me, what's going to happen to my kids? What's going to happen to my wife? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. What's going to happen to my mom? I'm taking care of them.
Okay, so my question is, because I understand that part, because I know a lot of men think like that, but I be feeling like when men be thinking like, oh, I can't feel like this and I can't feel like that because I got to do this, I got to do that. Sometimes they don't even realize it make them be like a totally different person. Like people can notice like you might be thinking like, oh, I'm just being my provider self, but the whole time we can clearly see that you ain't yourself and you got emotions that you hold back that you don't want to speak on about because
old school man.
That's your old school. But you still have men out here who still move like that. Like they don't want to say nothing. They just think, oh, I'm just supposed to do this, I'm just supposed to do that. But it's like when you be like, I ain't supposed to say nothing, you still like physically and on the outside you showing all your cards.
That's a catch-22 because it's like once I do show or once that person does show their emotions, they're treated a different way. Like, oh, you acting like a little girl. Like, I've been holding this in so long and I've been doing so much. Like, I don't know how to show or express emotion. So once I do, you're gonna hold that above my head. When I do be vulnerable.
But that just depends on who it is. Because I ain't holding that over nobody's head. Because I would prefer that you come and talk to me and say what it is, than me have to continue to ask you what's wrong.
That's why I would say it depends on, like, when you're looking for a partner, you should look for those things. And we're going to get into that, like, what y'all look for in a relationship. But at least for me, it's like, I want my man to communicate. He doesn't have to be boo-hoo crying. But you can tell, even if he does cry, I've let men cry in front of me, and I don't look at them any different. But that's just me personally. I know some women...
The only reason why I just burst out laughing was because when she said that, I thought about the video with Sky crying in front of Caesar, and he was looking at her crazy.
I'm about to say, because men have emotions, so men gonna cry.
I want a man to cry in front of me. I don't want emotion.
Oh, you asking for it?
No, I do.
If you gonna cry right now.
I want to see the emotion. No, I don't ask him to cry. I said I want to see them cry.
But I feel like that goes back to like I'm weird.
Like, you ain't crying yet.
Ain't it? Like, I don't know what's going on. You ain't crying.
I've been with you 2 months. You ain't crying yet. Something.
But that goes back to
his mama
maturity.
died the other day, and I just see him shit. I don't know. I just feel like something wrong with him.
Don't count.
I've seen like a hard man cry, and it's like that comes from maturity. It's like at the end of the day, we should be mature. We're human at the end of the day.
See, that's
especially as a man. And if you're a good woman, I feel like, or a good woman, I feel like you should let your man express his emotion. Okay, but then the next day when you gotta go to work and go, like, you don't need to be calling out of work and.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Definitely. No thing off. PTO. Where is you? Where is
definitely if it's a big situation or depressed, I'm just saying you can take your days off. I'm just saying, like, I'm saying women can be like babyish, emotional. Like, men can do it to a certain extent because even if you do feel comfortable doing that in front of your woman, like, do you really want that?
Yeah,
do you really want to do that?
Crying every day, though.
Yeah, so it's like,
crying every day.
Come on.
Like, do it in a healthy way where you should feel confident in your woman to like express your emotions. But even if it's a wife or a lifelong partner, you should feel comfortable to go to that person. And like I said, it's between you and that person. She don't gotta tell her mama or her friends that you cried or whatever. Like, you should all be mature. Like, this happened in our household.
I'm dead. Yeah, I hate when people bring their friends in and stuff.
Yeah,
like, I feel like if something go down, I would never say nothing. Like, this is between me and God. There's no reason to bring nobody in because what if I'm berating him and y'all, then now y'all be berating him. Like, my thing is, I can say it, but once you say it, now it's really, who's you talking about? Because you can't be talking about him. So that's why I never let nobody say nothing.
But I think
now,
that's very healthy.
once you give your opinion, now I'm pissed off.
Before we move to the next topic, I do want to say something because you say you don't like when argument or like when problems linger like for days, but sometimes it take days to really get to the root of the problem. Like you don't always know why you mad about something right away. Like sometimes you gotta really sit there and think like, man, why am I so? Why does this make me so upset? I know that's how I know when I be mad about something that I just feel like it shouldn't make me that mad, but it is. I have to sit there.
Triggered. What is it triggered?
Right. What is inside of me is triggered by this? So sometimes it does take a matter of days or different conversations for you to really like come to and realize. Like, bro, okay, this is what it was. Yeah. And then, maybe it's a little easier, like, to go to your person and kind of explain it then, like, man, listen, I know we've been arguing a lot, but, like, this really what's been bothering me, actually. Like, now that I had time to think about it, really don't have time to assess, like, everything that's going on. It might even be nothing with the relationship. It might be something else bothering you. That's you just, this is how you've been dealing with it. It's like, bro, honestly, like, this is what it really is. And I'm just now realizing, like, I've been taking that out on you, which is not fair.
And I was a person before a relationship, though.
Yeah.
But I think that's the hard part in relationships. Like, say, like, people who've been together for 30 years, they've been ups, down, hell, heaven. But it's like, I feel like the new generation thinks, like, okay, he's not doing this in 3 months. He's trash. And it's like, you have to grow into y'all have to grow with each other. So, like, as I'm getting older, that's something that I'm, like, realizing. Like,
see, that's called conditional love. A lot of love conditional. So, as soon as you don't do something I don't like, it's over with.
That's true.
Yeah. That's what life is.
That's true.
These days.
Next question. As you get older, how has your views on relationships or gender roles changed?
Oh, it changed a lot though, because I used to. I used to be like, no relationship ever, never marriage, nothing, no kids. But at 30, clarity, I guess. I'm a little more open to it. I would say that, but I'm still not settling just for anything though. It still take find the right person. That's the thing. If you take about so much of time in this society, they feel like you playing or wasting your time. Like, no, I just don't want to be in a terrible situation like I've been seeing all around me. So I'm gonna just try to choose wisely. So that's the main thing. But yeah, my views changed in that aspect. Gender roles wise, I don't know. I feel like it's like you said, we don't want to say 50-50, but I feel like it should be y'all 50-50. Whatever y'all decide to go half on, that's how it should be. If the man cook and you like to take out the trash, that is what y'all like. Who am I? I would do.
Trash is for the boys.
I'm just saying. A lot of people don't think that. You gotta see if you want to cut the grass. My mama in the military. She don't care. Like she be like, "Well, you took the trash. Give me the trash." I don't get it, but yeah, she independent like that.
Come to the house to pull the trash to the front.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
But that's true. Like, people are different. Some women are more masculine, and the men wants to be more.
Taking the trash out is masculine?
No, I'm just saying, like,
trash is for the boys.
Did you not hear her?
Traditionally, it is a masculine role. So I would say traditionally, some women
like cooking is traditionally for a woman.
No.
Get back in
traditionally. Get your
cooking is not.
I don't hear no boxing.
Cooking is for whoever hungry.
Yeah,
that's what cooking is for.
that's how it's like. How you feed yourself before you learn how you feed yourself if cooking is for the women.
And that's the crazy thing is like people be like, the men should do this and the women should do this. But when you're a single mom, you're doing all of it. When you're a single dad or
when you're anything, you do it by yourself.
You do it. So I feel like relationships should be whoever does it the strongest. That's just their role.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And you should help each other, help one another.
That's a fact. That's a fact. My boyfriend can't cook, but he got like 4 meals that he can cook, and I'll be like, yeah, go ahead.
Your 4 meals, 0 meals. See?
But other than that, he don't cook because he can't cook. And you know, you first start dating, you lie about people can cook, and I had to sit back and sit down and be like,
we be telling people, see, nah, you can't go brag.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I had don't.
Well,
I
keep cooking,
listen,
bro.
I asked him for hot sauce for the tacos. That's when he knew it should be. You don't put no hot sauce on no tacos.
You don't.
I mean,
what?
Oh.
I mean, if you Taco Bell, don't you be getting Diablo?
That's taco sauce. But that's taco sauce.
That's the real dog food.
But no.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's bring it back in.
Please.
I ain't never really believed in gender roles because, like, my daddy does everything that my mom would do in the house. Clean. As a matter of fact, my daddy actually cleans up more than my mom.
Pop it.
My dad, military upbringing, he was in the military as well, so he hate a dirty house.
Yeah.
He can cook. He enjoy, like, cooking is a therapeutic thing for him. That's something that he do just for fun. So and he grew up in the country, so you know a lot of dudes from the country can cook. Like, can really cook. A lot of my partners from the country could cook. So my daddy worked a full-time job. A lot of times he worked like 10, 12-hour shift type job. So you working that for like 2 weeks straight, and you might get like a week off. He did all that, but still at my basketball games, band concerts, award ceremonies. My brother had sickle cell, but still to the hospital with my brother. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I get mad when I see like certain conversations on the internet about gender roles, like especially when some women be like, "Oh, men only do this, men only do like no, like some men maybe, but
only because they accepting today. Ain't no way I'm gonna accept no man being in the house and not doing nothing.
And I also feel like that comes from like their upbringing too. Because you know how some people like their parents, oh, you a boy, you ain't supposed to do that, or you a girl, you shouldn't do this.
Yeah. So the mama's upbringing.
That's a given. We already know some people out here be slow. So
that'd be my thing. So when the mom and the daddy be slow, then they pass it down. Now we gotta deal with the slow.
That's just genetics. You can't help that.
Pass from people in society. That's what pisses me off.
Yes. Or no kids left behind, because so many kids got left behind. It's crazy. And us people in society gotta deal with it.
Take a village. Help the kids.
The village gone. The village gone.
Help the kids.
No, but teachers don't even want to be helping the kids no more. Like, the parents is out of control.
The parents don't let the teachers teach, and then they don't like to discipline their child when the teachers tell the parents about the child.
Yeah, we can listen because it really is. It's the parents.
Really back in.
To answer the second part of the question, so how has my opinion on relationships changed as I've gotten older? But like Mari said, they've changed a lot. There was a point in time I ain't gonna say never. I gave up on the idea of being in a committed relationship, like in my early 20s. And I just was okay with the idea of, hey, well, whatever's gonna happen, Like, basically, I'm gonna have some kids here, I'm gonna have some kids there. I'm gonna get this money first, though. And then,
You was planning to have broken homes.
Yeah, I was.
You gonna plant seed there.
Okay, so for one, if you wanna know my actual plan, my plan was to buy a big piece of land.
Okay.
And just be straight up with the woman that I be having kids with. Like, hey, listen, I don't want to be in a committed relationship, but I do want to be able to see my children. Like, I don't want my kids to be all over the place. So,
Okay, Nick.
you get a house right here, you get a house right there, you get a house right there. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about that is like, if you tell someone that, and you're gonna find someone who's and that's the thing.
Sometimes they only be okay with it until like something happens. Now you got a second baby mama. Now she mad.
So
that's the thing. Like, you've communicated, you've been honest with that person. You told them straight up.
But that don't mean they gonna be accepting of it.
But I feel like the issue comes when you be telling people a lie. Like, just be honest with your.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You can be as honest as you want to, and I know this because my daddy is honest as he wants to. A lady still came and cut my daddy up because he was with another lady, and she knew he was not.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She knew.
That's what I'm saying. So you can be as honest as you want to.
It'd be different.
But that woman can decide to do whatever she wants.
But if you
lied, I told her the truth. She was crazy.
You can be like, yes, I'm okay with it, and then as soon as they not okay with it,
once they see it,
if someone signed the contract, it doesn't matter if you change your mind. You agree to that up front.
It sounds like real life. A woman gonna be like, I'm okay with it, but as soon as something is in front of her and she don't like it, she's no longer okay with it.
But that's her consequence from her decision. She made.
But that's what I'm saying though.
So, that's what changed about me. Like, as I got older, I realized like exactly what we're saying. Like, okay, I know that, like you said, there's women out there that you tell them that and they like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But my thing was, I got a lot of older homeboys just homeboys period that have baby mamas, and I see what they be going through, and so it's like. Just be honest with yourself.
You gotta think at 50 years old, do you really want that?
Yeah, do you really want that?
Right. Yeah. With 2 or 3 or 4 of them. And it's like,
not only they argue with each other, they argue with you.
It's for one of them to feel like, oh, you spend more time with that one, with her than me.
Don't let them all be mad at you at the same time. That gotta be.
Now he never take care of his kids. He'll never for the kids.
I got older and realized.
Let him be doing everything. He doing her right. Oh, he's such a great dad. He's such a great man. As soon as he do something wrong, he on
the internet. I can't believe I signed up for this. So I realized early. I realized, some years ago, like, you know what? It sounds good, but I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
That's okay.
It don't even sound good.
It did sound good.
When he made it up, it sounded good.
When they think about imagination, it's realistic, it don't equal up.
Yeah. Your imagination has to make something sound too good till it's happening in real life.
I got a girlfriend now. I didn't think I would have one on my playlist, but I do. My quick pet change on relationships a whole lot.
That's good.
We love the love.
We love the
Shout out to change.
Do you want to say something?
Oh no.
Okay, so this one says, what is your view on gender roles in a family? Like, do you think men and women are equal? Do you think generational, like men provider, women are caretakers? Or do you think it's situational basis? Kind of how you've been saying. Like, what is your personal viewpoint on a family? Male and gender roles. Or male and female gender roles.
It's hard for me to really say what a woman's role is because I'm not a woman.
Yeah. So, I love that you just said
I'm not
a woman. Can't tell us.
It's like, are there things that I can say, okay, as my woman, there's certain things I would like for you to do and expectations I have, yes, but again, I grew up seeing stuff be balanced, bro. Like, my daddy, it was the end goal was making sure stuff was taken care of. Like, making sure the kids was good, making sure the home good, making sure the money's straight. That was it. So my mama and my daddy showed me that, again, you want to be with a person that is a team player, a person that understands compromise, a person that, values the same things that you value, so you understand that they're willing to put in work for that. So that's why I say it's hard for me to say for what I think a woman's role is. Now, as a man, what do I think? Like, as a man role in the family, bro, you're a teacher. You are. I know. I feel like a lot of times they say that the women aren't supposed to be the ones that have like the vision, but as a man, I don't see how you can be a leader and not have vision. Like, you have to be able to see what's coming ahead, even if you can't have some kind of plan for just how y'all gonna maintain, even if you don't exactly see what's coming ahead. But you definitely have to be a visionary. I feel like you need to have some work ethic, some ambition. I don't believe that a man should pay all the bills, but I also don't know a man that don't want to, like, to be able just to say, like, man, I can do that for my family.
Yeah.
So again, that's why I think having work ethic and ambition comes in. Just outside of that, I don't really. It's hard to say. Like, I don't believe in rules. I believe, man, you do what you got to do to make sure the family's straight. And that's that. Like, make sure ain't nobody else burning out. Like, right. Like, I don't want her to burn out. And I wouldn't sit there and watch me burn out. Like, so.
I agree.
That's fair. But some people ain't raised in like a 2-parent household, so
Yeah.
it don't always. You don't always get to see that. Like, I was raised with just my daddy, so.
So would y'all, well, when y'all are vetting men or when y'all work, would y'all only date a man that's coming from a 2-parent household?
Hot topic.
What?
Hot topic. You can say I would not date a man who did not have like a father figure in his life. Like, not that you had to have your daddy, because that's just that would be wrong, because a lot of people ain't got that. But
He is dead.
yeah, like, it's one thing he be dead, but sometimes they don't be dead, they just be dead.
Mine is dead.
But so for me, I used to say that, but then it's like when you put into like, you actually like somebody and then you find out they don't have their parent, you just can't be like, nah, you X'd out because you ain't got your daddy.
Yeah.
You just kind of like,
He's out.
you just kind of got to understand when, you know how some people don't have no daddy. Yeah, like when real love kick in, it be like, dang, I can't really hold that against you because it ain't like it's your fault that your daddy a daddy. Like, don't even talk to him around me. That's how I go to the next
You might not.
You on the phone laughing and giggling. He was a daddy. That's all I can think of in my head. This man ain't never took you nowhere. Man ain't never took you
try to
nowhere.
reconnect with their father.
That's her opinion.
I love my people, so I'm like that about my people. Like, I really
Agreed.
So I'm kind of like team whatever my partner's on. Like, I'm an optimistic person. They know that. Like, I see the positive in everything. So I have had experiences with people who have had a father that wasn't present, but like now he is, and they're allowing him to be. If they're allowing him to be, I'm gonna be team you.
Yeah,
like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
The whole time I'm in his head.
Behind him.
I really don't.
But I'm like, if they're showing you that they haven't changed,
no.
But if it's like an effort being put in, then okay, I can get behind that. But me personally, I was raised. So I do have a stepdad who stepped in, and he did a phenomenal job. So honestly, I'm looking for someone who
Shout out to the
can,
stepdaddy. The real stepdaddy.
Shout out to the stepdaddy.
Not the one that doesn't buy the cereal.
Because I feel like stepdads do have a bad rep, but it's like, for me personally, seeing a good example is like, I would love that for my daughter. Like, I would love for a man to, and it's like, just him knowing the type of relationship he has with us, and we're not even like technically his, it's like, I will never take any BS from a man who says they don't know what to do, or they don't know how, or they don't have experience. No, because he don't have children, and he came in, so just seeing that is kind of like what I look for in a man, like, to just step in wherever the house needs to be stepped in, or wherever they can like help out. Like you said, a team player. It doesn't matter if you have 2 parents, 4, 10.
Some men think all they gotta do is just love on the mama, say hey to the kids. Like, if you gotta be the stepdad, you gotta at least like, if they doing something bad, you gotta be like, bye.
What you call it? What's the movie? Don't be a menace in South Central or Jackie. He was like, I'm coming to pick up my son. He came in the house.
I don't even remember the title. That's funny.
Said though.
The whole title. Like, you a man.
That's why kids don't like their stepdad, because their stepdad just want to come in, y'all do nothing, and then as soon as the mama get frustrated, now all of a sudden you want to yell. You ain't saying like, oh my, now you want to yell.
What your mama saying?
What's one thing you secretly admire about the opposite sex that you rarely mention?
Ooh, I like that question.
Yeah.
Like, like say out loud type.
Yeah, like you don't say it out loud,
Yeah,
but you
you
notice it and be like, dang, I
I love
like
black
that
women, bro.
gets
I say
I
a lot.
love how like y'all able to multitask so well. Like it's really good at handling a lot of things at once. Like it's very admirable.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah. I get y'all compliments all the time on Twitter.
This is real. This is real life right now.
Real life. I said it in person too. It's like, man, you fine. No, I'm playing. Nah, it probably be the nurturing side for real. Like, just the way I can care about almost anybody, just a homeless man on the street for real. You got a heart, but a man, you can walk right past him. You can like, you be like, a woman be like, a black woman, like, you need a blanket? Why would you want
Like, are y'all hungry?
Come
Do y'all
on,
want
man.
this?
Yeah, and even if I just bought some food, I ain't gonna lie. If I see a homeless man, I give him
Yeah.
some food.
I remember when I was working at the bank and they had brought like
Here's
us
some
a bunch of food. They brought us a bunch of food. And my manager told me to take all of it home. It was a box full of food.
Yeah.
And I saw the homeless man digging in the trash. I said, excuse me, sir.
Come
Do you
on,
want
man.
it? Like, I gave him everything.
Come on,
I'm like,
man.
I'm not about to eat this. It's going to sit in the
Yeah,
fridge.
yeah.
And I'm going to
Throw
throw it
it
away in a
trash.
couple days.
Exactly.
It's like as much food as Americans throw away, as much
Yeah.
clothes they throw away.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It
They
is
ain't going for us anyway.
It is bad.
nobody should be like struggling for
That is
anything.
bad.
We
That's
have
bad.
unlimited resources. Like,
Yeah.
but like I said, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
I get pressed about the situation.
I do.
Why you have $7 billion and he has zero?
Yeah,
like
Don't
Y'all
get
wanna
me
kill
started
all
on
homeless.
politics,
Like,
please don't, because I really get into it.
really, like
Come on,
really.
man.
But anyway,
But I like that.
yeah.
I ain't gonna front. I have to say that out loud sometimes, but boy, a good smelling woman.
That is
Yeah, not all the time, but it's like, boy, if you, hey, boy,
The one you need to be around smell good.
Nobody should be staying.
Yeah, I say that
too.
Nobody should be staying.
Nah,
Like,
boy,
like,
it's
like-
When you put it that
But
way.
you know, we take
Yeah.
more. We have, you know, we gotta be more.
Oh, can't you say that.
Man,
No, for real.
She was over there.
For real. It's just these are things that need to be talked about.
Yeah.
People don't be.
Man.
Me.
honestly, my favorite podcast just said that y'all need to be using what is called
Lemon?
all over deodorant. You need to be in all the
Body.
crevices, right there, all up underneath. Any place that fold, it can stink and sweat.
It depends on how much you stare with.
I just put the. I put the.
How much you stare rub is.
Yeah, and I'm saying like if you sweat there a whole lot, you need to be putting something right there so you ain't smelling like
Smell like
baby
perspirant.
powder.
man
all
and
that.
woman. Man and woman.
Be nice.
Because sometimes men be like, oh, this for girls.
So y'all don't like the smell of
This for
hard.
girls.
Y'all like the smell of hard working man. Man don't come home from work at the end of the day.
That's straight off work, but on a regular game, you done sit down with us all day, you stink. That's
Oh,
why.
that's why. Yeah, no.
I wouldn't even
You
do
ain't
that.
got to sitting down.
It depends on if I had a dip.
Twitter is
But that's why I'm team
That's
like
funny.
be honest with your partner. Like, Dave, you just had to
Yeah.
you need to go brush your teeth. Like, don't let them
Honesty gets you
to
places.
like,
At least you
Yeah.
sit in your face and then go.
But then, I feel like the issue come when he be like, nah, I ain't gonna be doing. But they be like, nah. That's the issue.
That's the problem.
But if somebody can take the picture of
Yeah,
his, they're gonna be like, all right.
That's why I'm like,
Let me
in
go
a
shower.
loving way. In a loving
Wash your
way.
teeth.
Because I don't even want my person to tell me. I don't even want
Tight,
them to
tight.
have to tell me.
One of them say,
Now I gotta break up with you because it's my birthday. There ain't no way.
But what
You
if
think
it
that all the
What
time.
if it do
Nah.
that?
That well, you might be helping me, but somebody else gonna help me next. 'Cause,
I'm
you know,
dead, but what if it do though?
Yeah, it might.
That's
But
crazy.
my next girlfriend.
As long as this was just a one-off thing.
Yeah, what all
It
this?
was a one-off thing. You know?
Yeah.
But constantly in your breast thing, that's a problem.
You gotta have a talk.
How to post
You
it.
gotta have a talk.
I'm talking that too, bro.
So the one thing that I admire about men is that they always put themselves first. Like no matter what it is, I'm just being completely honest. They always put themselves first. Like I hate when I see a woman on the internet be like, "Oh my God, he does this and he does that," and I be like, "Girl, if you did the same thing to him, do you think that he would be on the internet trying to figure out what can I do differently?" No, he'll leave you. So my thing is, I respect that men put themselves first, and instead of trying to figure out why somebody is disrespecting them or crossing their boundary, they would rather just leave. And I be telling women, do the same thing. And if you do the same thing, life would be so much better.
I come back to that.
It's some men ain't got the boundaries. Yeah, I'm about to say.
Well,
I just say some men get ready.
Men are real strong with their boundaries. Like they
Yeah,
are
yeah,
not
yeah.
letting you cross
Generally,
their
yeah.
boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like that's one thing that I really do respect about them because they don't play. So I feel like us as women, we should take that card from y'all book and place it in ours because sometimes women be like, oh, he doing this. And it's like, if you don't like what he doing, you done say you don't like what he doing and he's still doing it. Why are you still trying to figure out what needs to be done differently when you know he don't care about crossing your boundary? Just go ahead, move on to the next person.
As I get older, it's real strict around here. We won't be like that.
Boundaries are
Especially with me.
yourself accountable.
Oh yeah, she had one.
I don't play. You ain't gonna tell me a man did something and I would just be like, huh, he did what? Girl, what? I don't play. And you not gonna play because I don't play.
I agree. They get mad when you go on a date. You get mad when they go.
You too strict.
Oh,
Too strict. Too strict is where it's at.
Yeah, too strict is crazy.
I ain't even say nothing crazy.
You think, man? Oh, we always put ourselves first. I'm just saying that generally, y'all do, and that's not a bad thing at all. The fact that y'all will not let somebody cross y'all boundaries and y'all try to figure out what is it that you're doing instead of just being like, this person does not care about crossing my boundaries, so I might as well just move on to the next.
That's different from
Y'all get chances.
I feel like I
maybe
one.
one.
I ain't gonna front. Cause I'm gonna let you. I'm about to say, cause I'm gonna let you know, like, cause you may not have known that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have liked it.
Y'all get one chances. Women give a million chances.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna give you one.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one. I don't want to
Yeah.
clean sleep. But you know what I'm saying? Once you do and I
Yeah.
let you
Once
know.
it's a pattern.
Yeah.
Once you, you know, we can't keep doing
But I
that.
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, what's my one? It's like when a man just being a man, I guess. Like when he's just doing like the manly duty, cutting grass, working, like she's a man. Like, while I'm sitting right down the side, drinking my little margarita.
Hey, I want all that. No,
right that way to finish.
Yeah, I like when a man do many things too. Like,
yeah, that's real.
build me a shed, like he said, build me a shed.
And I ain't got you got to
change the tires on my car, change my oil, whatever.
You should say it out loud more, because he'll do more stuff too.
I don't gotta say it. No shit.
No
shit. I don't gotta say it. It's just happening.
Stuff don't always be reciprocated.
Spread it out.
Yeah.
If your man do it for you, of course, we gonna naturally just be submissive. If our man is just,
And that's the thing. It's like men be like looking for women to be submissive to nothing. It's like you gotta do something.
Yeah. I have a plan. Like, I need to know what the plan is because I ain't just following blind.
Like I feel like that's where it kind of is different at. Cause I ain't gonna front like you bring a dude. I'm sorry. You bring a brother something to eat.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you open to a lot.
We were talking about stuff we don't like women doing. I was just like making parlays. Like, yes. Why are you doing it?
Last question is, what's one thing you think women don't understand about men and vice versa?
It go both ways. Like, I think we both always stress you don't know how hard it is being a man, and women stress how hard it is being a woman. So that's something that we'll never know until we switch positions. But it's hard equally. Like, it never happened. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But what do you think that women don't understand about men? Like, what do you think is one thing that you think women always get on men about, but they just don't understand?
Like, I feel like women don't get told no as much as men.
That's true. I can see. Yeah, I definitely can see that.
I see that.
Good one.
Okay, but I don't understand. Boy, I need a book.
One thing.
It's one chapter.
You want your big one. Do your big one.
What we don't understand. I'll probably be back to the emotions part though, for real. Like a lot of people, a lot of men, I say, generally are not just emotionally intelligent for real. They don't want to be.
Yeah.
Mostly. Like, see, if you gotta grow with a person, you gotta learn, like, maybe, like you said, upset that day or this moment, you can walk away. You don't need to just argue each other head off because it's going talking in circles. So, something like that, probably. Emotions that we don't understand from women. Just the fact that you don't want to, I don't know, just the settle it down aspect of everything. Just a committed relationship type of thing. Just
100%.
Just the questions about that.
I think one thing about that is, like, when you growing up as a girl, like, it's always something going back to a man. Like, when you you don't clean, you can't cook, and man ain't gonna like that. Like I heard that a lot growing up. So it's like everything leads back up to when you grow up, you're supposed to be with a man, you're supposed to marry a man. I don't think boys hear that too much growing up. Like, oh, your wife ain't gonna like that. Like, no, not too many people say that.
My mom was different. She definitely said that. She told me to clean my nails one time. My nails dirty? I don't care. She's like, boy, your wife ain't gonna like that.
Not dirty with the nails. That's insane.
Dirty nails?
Yeah, that's just dirty. They ain't nothing doing no lady. That's just dirty.
I also say, I don't think women understand, like, as a man, like, you don't have to do a lot, like, to necessarily wow us or to say you're sorry. Like, a simple, I apologize would suffice. Versus y'all, we gotta have flowers, candy, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be outside the window, your job, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Versus, all you gotta do is come to me and say, I apologize, and like, maybe something a little extra, but you know, it could be settled versus you making a mountain out of, you know what I'm saying, something small. You know what I'm saying?
I think that women don't understand how considerate men actually are. Again, like generally not all men. There are some very inconsiderate men in this world. But I'm fortunate enough to have grown up around a lot of really considerate men, a lot of family men. Obviously nobody perfect, but I grew up around a lot of men that really like, bro, they will stress themselves out trying to fix everybody else's problem. And sometimes I don't think women understand like why when we communicate the way we do, like I'm not communicating with you because I'm mad at you. I'm really like, I'm trying to solve some other stuff to help our situation. And you over here bothering me about, I don't know, laundry or something. Like, bro, I'm not even, so it's like, I think I really think our what we focus on or what we consider important sometimes is different. I feel like that's one of the things that I don't understand about women, and I feel like women don't understand that about like about me. At least I can't say other men, but I don't think women understand that about me. Like,
Okay. I'm gonna say for me, I feel as though men don't understand the principle of things when it comes to women. So I feel like they think about things and they be like, oh, well, that's not a big deal. But it's like, that's not cool. It's not a big deal, but you're not understanding
how it made you
the point, like you're not getting the point of it. And I think that's where a lot of arguments and a lot of miscommunication come in with stuff like that, because the principle not being understood. What I feel like women probably don't really understand or have a hard time understanding with men, I'm gonna say maybe communication sometimes. Because sometimes like a man could be silent and we'll probably think, what's wrong with you? Like we were saying earlier, what's wrong with you? Nothing wrong. Or like, did I do something? And we just come up with all these different scenarios of thinking we did something in our head. Whole time, he just trying to relax or something. And then we kind of like, we done created a situation when it was never a situation. So I think that's another thing. Overthinking, not overthinking. Not communication, overthinking. Yeah. So those my two.
We're gonna skip me and go to you.
Okay, so for me as a mom, I feel like I don't think from what I've experienced, the men that I talk to think like they're like, I'm trying to pay my bills, I'm trying to focus on my career, da da da. It's like, I also do that, and I also take care of a whole nother person. I also, like take care of the house, and I do all these things. So it's like, if I can do it, like, why is it so hard for you to do it? That's at least how I think. Like, I don't know what's the disconnect, but I guess it's just like, that's my reality, so I don't really have a choice, and that's how they feel. So that's like my main thing. It's like, you're saying these things that are not attainable to you, but it's like, I do all of that, what you do plus more. So I'm confused. But I'm not trying to like be real. So it's really, I'm really confused. Like, I really don't understand.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
Y'all better at it.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, so if you're talking about a married couple or something like that, again, I feel like, man, we get caught up in wanting to save the world, like wanting to, again, take care of other people's problems. So that's where the disconnect can be. Like, in your mind, it's like, okay, man, I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I'm gonna basically get it to where you ain't gotta pay no bills. And I'm thinking about that, and then here you are bothering me about something that's totally out in left field out of what I'm thinking about. So that's why, like what Danny was saying, like they might be like, man, I'm okay. This bothered me, and you're like, but that love y'all, like that's what you love about. Like,
and it's like a principle.
Right.
Yeah, I do agree with that men and women priorities are different. Because I could value, like, okay, when I come home, all I want you to do is take out the trash, do this and that. And you're thinking, well, I'm trying to just pay the bills. So it's like these little things, it's like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week. But it's like, to me, I'm like, no, it's been an issue right now, so I need it done right now. So I agree with you that men and women prioritize different things.
For sure.
Yeah, and that's where it can cause, like, arguments or whatever.
Yeah.
My one thing, because I can't really think of too many things, is that I feel like men don't understand, like, when you as a woman is coming to them about something, we ain't asking for advice, we just ask you to listen. So I just hate when I'm telling you something and you sitting here trying to solve my problem. I ain't asked you to do that. I just asked you to listen to what's going on. And that's it. Just listen. Give me a little You know, just give me a little something. But as soon as you get the you can do this, you should have did that. It's like, shut up.
Here's the solution.
I understand it's solution based, but I feel like y'all should understand that sometimes every time we bring something to y'all, it's not to fix the problem. It's just to listen. Because I can fix my own problems. I can do it myself. But sometimes I just want you to listen to what I have going on and understand, like, you ain't the only one who got problems, Bookie. I got my own problems. Like, just listen to my problems. I handle my problems. I can listen to your problems.
You want to solve by yourself.
Right.
You want to go through it by yourself.
Yeah, like, I don't want you to try to handle things for me. Like, me personally, I like to.
Back to individual.
Do my thing on my own. Like, I don't need you to come be my daddy. Like, no shade at all. But I don't want you to try to come in and, I'm going to just do this, I'm going to just do that. I ain't asked you to do all that.
It come from a good place, but what you say is very valid. No, it's very,
it can come from a good place. That's like vice versa. If you come to me about something and you just want me to listen and now I'm over here like, I'm going to go do this, or you can do this, you can do that, and now you get an attitude because I'm just talking too much and I'm giving you too much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like vice versa. I be feeling the same kind of way. Like,
I tell my homegirls, like, it's like, they call me talking, like, like, I'll ask them, okay, are you venting or
just
do you want advice?
I do like that.
I feel like you gotta do that.
You gotta start that time.
Yeah. I'm looking at what you're saying, and then I'm looking at, I hate me always have to tell a man what he need to do for me. He should already know.
That's true.
Like, now you
I don't feel like that's everybody though. Like, cause me, I always say I'm not a mind reader, so how can I expect you to be a mind reader when you can't even read my mind? So hey, I don't be like, you should just know. Now, if I have told you, we have talked about this, that's one thing. But for me to just expect it is insane.
Yeah. Well, that's why I feel like it should always be a conversation, like y'all said.
Because
because I always see the memes where like men are struggling at work and their girl call and they be like, babe, Sally did this to me. And they're like, I don't really care about that.
That be my boyfriend, right? Swear to Jesus, that be my boyfriend. He be like, you can hear the machines in the background. And I'm like,
but the thing with that is like sometimes men don't realize you really don't have to say nothing. Like if a girl's like you said, venting to you, sometimes you don't even have to ask, do you want a response? You can kind of tell if they're like rumbling at the mouth, they're not really asking you.
In person,
They just want to get it off, and then they're gonna be like, okay, bye, I love you, and then you the men's gonna be confused, but it's like you can really go back to your daily, like you just ignore everything she just said, go back to your daily life, because I feel like some men be like you said, like what can I do? What can
you do about Yolanda at work being the B word? What can you do about that? That's what I'm saying. Like you can't do nothing about that.
I'm just kidding because I done heard it. Stupid ass just sit right there and not say nothing.
I guess you just have to know.
That's how I know the person. You just gotta know your person.
What's the man name with that big nose?
I know who you're talking about.
Shannon Sharp.
No, not Fresh and Fit.
Well, Shannon Sharp don't do red.
You look like
Fresh and Fit.
He always be just like be down on women. Like,
I hate them.
I can't think of what his name is. He got a real big nose and he looks like.
Don't worry about it.
But I'm saying like, okay, him. Yeah, no, we don't, bro. We believe. We are trying to make the black community better.
Yeah, like I feel like we should be together and not apart.
We are promoting
black women though, so that's something.
We ain't talking to him.
I don't get
down. Because
I'm all in promoting, man, being proud to be a man, who he is. But I think women should, be proud to be who they are and should walk in that. That's one thing we gotta do better. Men gotta do a better job of learning to appreciate women for what they are, and same thing, and vice versa. I don't think a lot of dudes just really, honestly, outside of sex, do not actually appreciate women for real. Like, that's true. So like that's part of the.
Until she's gone and they're no longer in their life. Now it's too late
to do that.
For a lot of men, women have just been like objectified. To they're body parts, and so.
And this means a lot coming from you because you wanted to have about 4 different baby mamas.
Wait.
It's a lot of.
I wasn't objectifying anything. All right,
You don't identify them to broken homes.
No.
Being single mother.
Same.
I'm gonna have a train for that.
Bring this back up. So if they wanted like a husband or something, could they still stay on the plot?
No.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
This y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
so
crazy.
really, you were subjected to being a single mother
Until you get married.
You could have did your thing, just don't bring that. He better come on.
Now he can't even come to the
on
plot.
my land, boy?
That's her house.
That's
No,
her house.
that's all right. See,
Another conversation. My money, my house, my room, my spots.
But
Real
quick, that was the thing that I wanted to mention about double standards. Like, for example, how men want their women put up in the house, don't go out, but they can do whatever they want to do.
Good girls go outside.
Yeah, they said, Rob 49 said, good girls that stay at home get cheated on. So it's like, why y'all want y'all?
Good
not y'all.
stay at home, get cheated on too.
But that's the thing. It's like not really. I feel like the men, if the men's a leader and he gauges the household, I feel like he gauges the energy because women really respond to energy.
Yeah.
Like if you're being an F boy, okay, bet either they're gonna be player or they're gonna put up with it. But if you're being a faithful, loyal man, most of the time women are not gonna challenge you unless they've communicated something to you that you're not doing.
I ain't doing that.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's really, I don't know. I feel like it's not rocket science. Like. Of course, there's bad women and there's bad men, but at the end of the day, I feel like if the man is the head of the household and he sets a precedent as okay, we're loyal, we're respectful, we're a team, I feel like the women will follow along.
But so no, you talking about double standards? I feel like we talking about 2 different things.
Yeah, it could be
double standards. I feel like exist for a reason. Like there are just things that I don't think a man should be doing, and there are things.
For example,
I don't.
Yeah, here's an example.
Pay your bills. I don't think
I'm not talking about that.
But men are in 2025 saying, "Oh, I just like it."
I don't care.
Me personally, I don't like men that be like, the girls do it or women do it. I feel like when men say that, now it's just like, oh my gosh, ew. Why would you say that?
You can't say that for a lot of things.
I'm not saying there shouldn't be a difference between men and women. I'm saying like stuff like cheating and like being unfaithful. Okay. I feel like that is a double standard. Like men having girl best friends or girls having men best. Like I feel like stuff like when it comes to a relationship specifically, not just like men.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's because historically, again, like we say men are the provider. Like I don't think that just because you pay the bills is necessarily grounds for you to be doing that. And that's what y'all agreed on at the beginning. Like, hey, I'm paying the bills, and I'm also gonna be having some other, you know. And if I say you cool, that's how I bet. But if that wasn't the agreement, and then you try to like slip that in there, then it's like, hey, that's foul. Like that's foul.
Fool me.
Because in the opposite, which I've heard a lot of dudes say this. It's like, bro, if my girl's paying all the bills and she was cheating, I ain't gonna say nothing. Like, shit, you pay. I think that's crazy.
I mean, hey.
But again,
whatever.
It's just like, it's just so much about the cheating stuff. You get the HIV, and you can't get rid of the HIV.
The who?
The HIV. So all that cheating, you get the HIV and stuff. Yeah. Now you got something you can't get rid of. That's like, I know it be double standards, but somebody got to be the man and somebody got to be the woman.
Yeah, I agree.
I just feel like I just really hate when men be like, but girls do it too. So you want to be the leader. So you want to be a sis.
But I don't like when women say, if you can do it, I can do it too.
Okay, so say, do you want to be the man? You the man?
Yeah.
But I feel like it depends on. but it depends on what the situation is. When men say like painting your nails, so you want to do it because
that's crazy.
But what she's talking about is basically how a lot of men, with the unspoken part of that, is that men see relationships as a equity based thing too. So it's like, bro, since I am doing all of these things, then I can also do these things. Like, that, and I'm not saying that's right. But I'm basically saying like that's how a lot of men think, even if they don't say it. Like it's an equity thing. Like I'm carrying this much of the load around, so it's not gonna do it.
Would you say that's like a new societal thing? Because I feel like women feel like they're the prize, and then men today's society are like, well, I'm the prize too. So you need to treat, and it gives stats.
And you are.
Yes, the men can be the prize, and like the women will take care of them,
like
treat them,
but
don't act like cocky, like I have options.
But I feel like nothing is new.
A man said women are no longer the prize, men are the prize. He said it's more men than it's more men than women. It's or more women than men. He said it's the 6-to-1 ratio of women to men out here. So women are
just like that.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like when men have that cockiness where they're like, nah,
it's 6 women to every one man.
That's what I'm talking about.
So can I say one thing? Do y'all know like back in the day, like men used to have like 2 families in the same city?
On the same
So I feel like none of this is like new really. Like
no, it's not.
My grandma, daddy had so many outside kids, like had a wife and like a whole nother life with my granny and stuff like that. So it's just like, if I'm being completely honest, I feel like men have calmed down a little bit because they can't even get away with nothing.
Thank you.
So
I keep trying to tell women that we are nothing
I just feel like
I understand.
it used to be worse. Like they used to be worse. Like okay, I pay all the bills, and then I go to this house and I pay all the bills. So it used to be kind of it's not as bad as it used to be because your granny will tell you now. That's all they doing. Girl, no.
Come on. That's childhood head. They used to like back in the day.
And I understand that, but like you said, back in the day, I feel like nowadays people are valuing loyalty, respect, honesty.
That's what I'm saying. Like now it's better.
Women got more options now. Y'all don't have to deal with that now. Like, bro, y'all can have bank accounts. Y'all
but it
can
seems
get
like
it's
and that's the thing. But I feel like that makes us then be single or like be like a single mom. It's like people don't want to be single.
Well, the people that don't want to be single, they don't have to be single. But
I'm saying the people who want a husband, who want a mate, we don't want to think, oh, everyone knows you cheat. Everyone knows, like no.
But you gotta deal with that. No shade. If you really want a man that bad, like you can't be single, you gotta deal with what comes with wanting a man that bad. No shade.
But it's not even saying you want a man.
But you gotta be able to.
You should be able to find a partner and communicate and have a conversation. Be like, this is what I want.
Yeah, but when it comes to that, all I'm saying is you gotta be able to be single first before you get to that.
Yeah, and that's fine.
If you can't be single and you want a man that bad that you will be with any man, and I want a man, you're going to deal with some BS just because you want a man.
And I completely agree. I completely agree with that. I'm talking about the women who have like there's 30, 40-year-old women who like don't talk to no one, celibate, and it's like they're waiting for that man. It's like you gotta wait.
But that's what they know. They signed up for that, but they know they signed up for that because they know how men.
But at the same time, just because that's what they agree with doesn't mean like it should be like that. Like they shouldn't not have any.
We ain't gonna never be able to change for man, baby. Men ain't gonna never change for real. So you just gotta get your little pickings, and once you find that one,
the scraps.
Sometimes you really do the scraps.
It really be the scraps.
It really be the scraps.
It really be the scraps.
You gotta go through the scraps. No shade.
Okay, well I just feel like it's the scraps.
Okay. Yeah, it's the scraps. You just gotta get through your scraps because you gotta be okay with being single first and foremost. Because if you're not okay with being single and you want a man that bad, you gonna deal with some BS.
Love,
Self-love. So when you love yourself enough to be like, I'm cool with being single. I don't need a man. If I never get married, I'm gonna be cool.
They go back to them
boundaries.
And I agree with that.
If you dad, what's up about your boundaries? Like nothing is crossing these boundaries. You'll find a man.
And I agree with that, but I feel like that's not how it should be. Like women shouldn't be like, okay, nothing's touching me, and you're like 60 years old, you never found a man. Like that's, I feel like at that point, no, because they're literally put on earth to like multiply and to have children. So it's like if you don't want to have children with anybody and you want a husband, then you shouldn't have to be looking through this crap. You should be able to find someone who has the same values.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you get to
y'all stop,
you might need to look within. If you get to 60,
I want to say this. I want to say like now, it's not like it's just no quality.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that.
So what environments are you in that you can't never?
But I never. But I'm not
true.
saying like there's none. Because that's not what I ever said.
I was personally. I mean, women in general, like.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's women out here, because it's not me, but I'm saying there's women out here that like hold themselves for that man, and they just, I don't know, the men that they come across.
That nigga big can't win. You still.
I do feel like when it comes to like women wanting to save themselves, like I just feel like you just have to be accepting of the fact that you may be. And if you keep attracting the same kind of man, I just feel like something within that you need to change because
there is.
It's no way you be the same kind of man every single time, and it's nothing that you're doing wrong. Sorry.
It's definitely on both sides.
Because once you start to change yourself, you will see that the people around you will change, the men that
you got God in your life.
Attract, a change. Like one thing about me, I know I took the time to do the work on my own self. So when I took the time to do the work on my own self, and I noticed that, dang, this is real. You just gotta change what you're doing, and once you change what you're doing, the people that you attract will change, and that's just
absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's the way that they want to build though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this was a great episode.
I think so too.
We're gonna close out. Catch us this weekend, Saturday, June 7th, at Let's Talk Over Drinks. We all will be present. Talk That Talk Potecast is hosted by the No Filter podcast. Shout out to them. So yes, you will see us there this Saturday. Please
tell us where they can find you at.
Everything at _ the Potecast on IG. Everything else the Potecast. Just type it in, like I said, Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
X. It ain't Twitter no more.
X. Whatever you can find the podcast, TikTok, whatever you can find the podcast on, we on there.
We do.
Hit us up.
Facebook.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Sponsors, come on.
I know they everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, period.
We're trying to get there.
Social media.
Oh, we ain't stopped there in 6 months.
That's true.
We ain't stopped there.
Yeah, like that's
how you said that. Because we'll be like tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes we do be rushing ourselves.
Yeah.
Like
that's a good thing though. Keep working.
Yeah.
Right.
But we appreciate you guys for coming. We are gonna end with a prayer. It's something that we like to do.
Yeah. Do y'all want to lead the prayer?
I know somebody.
Give the prayer.
You already knew.
I can do that.
Okay.
That just means you blessed in how you made it.
Oh man, y'all funny.
You passed the camera.
Pastor, let's go.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day, a day we've never seen before. Thank you for everybody in this room. Thank you for all of the things that you are doing in our lives, even the things that we don't see or understand yet. I ask that you continue to cover us, cover our families, cover our endeavors, Lord. Just keep your hands on us. In your son Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pray.
Communion.